Hello and welcome to episode 15. You'd think I would know, but I'm pretty sure it's episode 15 of the Mindful Knitter podcast. If it's not, then the title says differently and you know what episode this is. But welcome. Welcome to my channel. I am Claire. If you're new, thank you so much for checking me out, and I hope that you have fun and enjoy your time hanging out with me today. This channel is primarily about knitting, as the name probably kind of implies. We mostly talk about knitting, especially on the podcast. We talk about like projects that I'm working on or upcoming projects, make-alongs or knit-alongs, things like that. But there's also crocheting and other fiber-related things like spinning and weaving, felting, all sorts of stuff. But those just get mentioned every once in a while. It is mostly about knitting and just lots of yarn stuff. And then there's also a mindfulness component. So I will often have a mindfulness segment in the podcast episodes, but I also kind of sprinkle in mindfulness stuff here and there. There's a playlist with mindfulness practices and meditations. Yeah, it's just kind of all over the place. Sometimes unintentionally and sometimes very overtly. So yes, welcome. And welcome back to all returning viewers. I'm so happy to have you here again to hang out with me. I have so much fun with you guys every week. Let's see. Trying to think of anything else for new people, just for context. So I am coming to you guys from the southeast of the United States, where I live with my husband, Alex, our two Great Danes, Murphy and Nolly, and my two hamsters. Alex doesn't claim them. My two hamsters, Crema and Darcy. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm a yoga teacher. I use mindfulness a lot in my career. I don't know, lots of things. I feel like I'd say the same stuff for my intro every week and it gets boring, but I guess that's part of the intro. I don't know. But for today's episode, I feel like I'm also more disjointed today than usual because it's just a really, really busy day and really, really busy week. So please excuse me if I'm a little more disjointed today than usual. So today's episode is probably going to be shorter than usual. I would anticipate. I don't think I have as much stuff. I don't think I have nearly as much stuff to go over as I usually do, which is probably good. This will probably be a much more reasonably timed as far as length kind of podcast. So for those of you who like not our 2-hour long podcasts, you're in luck today, I think. So we've got finished objects to share, works in progress. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Works in progress and finished objects. And then, and acquisitions. I do have some acquisitions to share with you guys. Just a couple final things from Christmas, because I have been spreading that out because I got a lot of stuff for Christmas because my mom's love language is gift giving. Yeah, and then just a few short chatty things at the end about the channel, about our community that we're building, that kind of thing. So let us begin. So today we will begin with finished objects, like always. So our first finished object is my Snapdragon Socks, which I'm so happy about. I think I showed these to you guys last week when I had finished, or I had started the first one. I have now finished them. I have 2 socks in that pair. I need a table or something so that I don't need to grab things off of the floor. Oh well, I'll figure that out. But this is my lovely Snapdragon sock. I am very pleased with it. And this is my first time doing stranded color work. So this is a Nanette Wake Studio yarn. She has a shop on Etsy. I will put the information below. This is her Snapdragon colorway for the main body of the sock. And you can see it's this really beautiful variegated neon pink with green, not green, purple, that's the color. Purple and orange and yellow kind of distributed throughout. I love the heel turn, like how it kind of pulled like right there. I think that's so pretty. Yeah. And I love like kind of the spiral pooling that happened with the colors. I think it's beautiful. So, and then the cuffs and toes I did with also Nanette Wake Studio, but it was like a one-of-a-kind colorway that was unnamed. So these please me greatly. I think they're very pretty. I did the 1x1 cuff, as you can see, and I cast on 56 stitches. I didn't decrease for the ankle this time. What I think that I'm finding is, so I knit my socks on DPNs. These were knit with Knit Picks wooden mosaic DPNs. And I use 3 US 1.5s and 2 US 1s because I'm in between a medium and a small size, and it actually makes a nicer fabric for me the way that I knit with my tension. It makes a nicer fabric, and the fit is basically perfect if I just have 2 differently sized needles, or 2 different sizes of needles, rather than increasing or decreasing stitches, because I've tried that a bit and this I think is working better for me. So I didn't actually decrease at all around the ankle area, which I have done before when my ankles would get baggy, and that seemed fine. And I did like a little bit of a slower decrease in the arch of the foot. I decreased every 3 rounds instead of every 2 rounds for the first like maybe 5 decreases, and then after that I decreased like every other round like you're supposed to in the I guess it's a pattern that I use, kind of like a pattern recipe. It's Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla socks on DPNs. So yeah, heel flap and gusset, as you can tell, the rounded toe. And then I just kind of made up the stranded color work. I just kind of made it up as I was going. So I just knew that I wanted the contrasting heel and toe. I wanted to try stranded color work this year because I've never done it before. And I didn't watch a tutorial or look up any instructions. I just kind of was like, I think that this is kind of how you do it. Just based on how yarn works. So I just kind of tried to make sure that my tension was not too tight or too loose. If you're curious, here are my floats on the other sock. I don't know if it's really gonna focus very well. It's not focusing great, but yeah, those are my floats. So it's stretchy and nice, no issues. And the stitches are perfectly fine and even, like they don't like pop out or anything. So I think that was successful for my first stranded color work, and the same with the toe. It's still nice and stretchy and no stitches popping out. So that was successful. I really like these a lot. I blocked this one, I didn't block this one. I've been doing that lately. When I get the first sock done, I go ahead and block it because I want to see what it looks like blocked. And then I have that to look forward to as I am knitting the second one, because by the time I'm done knitting the second one, the first one's usually dry and done blocking. So yes, I'm very happy with these. I cast these on kind of because it's Valentine's Day week, and happy Valentine's Day. It is February the 14th today, so happy Valentine's Day to you. I hope that your day is full of love. It doesn't have to be with a partner. It can be with, you know, friends, family, self-love, however. So I hope that your day is full of love. But yeah, I kind of cast these on in the spirit of Valentine's Day because that's about as pink as you can possibly get. It's hard to imagine pinker. It is neon. It is like highlighter pink. These are the pinkest socks in the world. And I love them. They make me very happy. I was actually a little like nervous when I first got this sock yarn because I didn't realize it was so neon when I ordered it. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But I think I came up with a good use for them. Yeah, I think those are very happy socks. And actually, I thought too, in case anybody is curious, so you know, I obviously knit my cuffs kind of short. My cuffs are about 40, 45 repeats, including the cuff. Yeah, usually between 40 and 45 rows. So they're kind of short. They're on the shorter side. They're not shorty socks, definitely, but they are shorter cuffs. But I like that length. I don't like my socks super long, but I like them to have something so that they feel kind of substantial on my like foot and ankle. So I often, when I can, I just buy a 50-gram skein for my socks because I knit a size small, and I don't knit very big cuffs. So I thought it would be kind of fun to show you guys the yarn that I have left over from a 50-gram skein when I do contrasting cuffs and toes. So this is what I have left, as you can see. And this is about 10 grams. It's between like 8 and 10 grams. I don't remember, but yeah, it might be 8 grams. So yeah, I have a good little mini when I'm done that I can put into scrappy socks or scrap blanket or what have you. But yeah, if you don't mind having short cuffs, and because every time I see something about 50-gram skeins, like people always talk about making shorty socks, and I just make regular socks with my 50-gram skeins. But I do knit a size small, which probably does make a difference. So I don't think I could do, yeah, my husband, I knit him a size medium, and then he's also got long, pretty, like, a big size feet, I think size US 11 or 12 shoe. So I couldn't do anything more than shorty socks for him with 50 grams. That would be a bit of a stretch. And maybe I would only be able to do, no, I'd still be able to do it with the cuffs and the toes. But anyway, I just, for your information, if you also wear size small socks or shoes. And for reference, my feet aren't like ridiculously small. I wear a size 8.5 US women's shoe. And I wear like the regulars, so like I don't wear narrow shoes. I don't know, they're just kind of on the smaller side. And I do wear like 8.5. If I try to wear 9, the shoes are way too big. And sometimes 8.5s are too big. And yeah, so anyway, that's my shoe size for reference. And I do like a bit of negative ease. So there's also that. They're not so tight that they're hard to get on my feet. They just, you know, they feel secure. And after I've washed them a couple times, they stretch out like a bit. So I don't know if that's helpful information. If you're new to knitting socks, or if you are struggling to find a size that fits you really well, do with that information what you will. I realized too in my intro, I completely forgot about where you can find me in social media. All of that's in the description below as well. So I am on Ravelry as the Mindful Knitter, or just Mindful Knitter Pod, and I'm on Instagram as the .mindful knitter. So my email is also in the description. It's just clairethemindfulknitter@gmail.com. So if you want to get in touch with me, I love connecting with you guys. I feel like I have made a couple of friends through this podcast, and I just love chatting with you guys, and seeing what you're working on and hearing about what you're doing, and it's just so much fun. So I feel like I'm making friends, and I love it. So yeah, please connect with me if you want. This is my second finished object. I don't know if any of you guys recognize this, but this is Mandi's Makings. This is my first Mandi's Makings yarn. So if you're not familiar with Mandi's makings, I think she's pretty popular these days. And this is the Sparkling Icicles colorway. This is a DK sock yarn. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 245 grams in 100, or not 240 grams, 245 yards in 100 grams. Yeah, Sparkling Icicles. If you're curious about reading that information, I do not think it is focusing on it very well. It tends to not focus on letters that great sometimes. Who can fathom technology? I don't know. But yeah, so these are my first Mandi's Makings experience. These were super fun. I just kind of cast these on impulsively. I was getting towards the end of my pink Snapdragon Socks, which I did not talk about the yarn for that. It was fingering weight yarn, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. Those socks are crazy soft. It's 400 and something yards to 100 grams. I would say that her fingering weight yarn, Nanette Wake Studios fingering weight yarn, is more towards the fine fingering weight. Yeah, I'd say it's more towards the fine fingering weight end of things. It's like 400 and something, like significantly 400 and something. You know, actually, we can solve this mystery. Because I have more of her yarn. 218 yards and 50 grams. So it's about 440, about, roughly. It's 440 yards to 100 grams. So, yeah. That's Nanette Wake Studios. Mandi's Makings. This knit up great. As you can see, the speckles are just, it's so fun on it. I'll show you the other one too, because this one doesn't have tons of blue speckles, but we've got this like beautiful like bluish, light bluish gray, steely kind of blue, variegated with this creamy white. It's like an off-white, and then you've got these awesome brown and blue speckles. This one has a little bit more blue speckle in it. These were just so much fun, and I really liked doing the DK weight. These go by so fast. I could knit this pair in one day if I like had the day off and was just knitting socks. Yeah, this is definitely a one-day pair of socks, at least for me. It's this Crazy Sock Ladies Vanilla Sock DK pattern. Yeah, so this is you cast on 40 stitches. You cast on 40 stitches with DK weight, so it goes fast. And then my contrast heel that I did, and let's show you that again. It's this lovely little like blue, tonal blue delight. This is actually from Hobby Lobby. It is Yarn Bee fingering weight. I think it's the authentic hand dyed. I can't remember exactly what they call it, but I show it actually in my Hobby Lobby yarn haul video, so you can check that out if you're curious in great detail. But yeah, it's authentic hand dyed fingering weight yarn. It's 100% wool, superwash merino, and that is the Spa colorway. And I just held it double to do the contrasting heels for these. Yeah, and these knit up great. I have not blocked it yet, but I think they're gonna be great. Yeah, I think they're gonna be great when they're blocked. They're gonna be super cozy. I'm actually really very excited to wear these. I am debating whether I want to take off the socks that I have on right now, which are these guys, which are very dirty. Right now they're covered in dog hair. These are my Knit Picks Frolic hand-painted socks, and I love them. They're definitely one of my favorite pairs of socks I've knit. I'm considering taking them off though and putting these on because I just want to wear them because they seem so cozy. But yeah, I'm really happy that I knit these up before winter was over because these feel like very wintry socks to me with their thick coziness and their icicleness. Yeah, I just really like these a lot. So, good experience with Mandi's makings. I got this yarn during her holiday, like post-Christmas sale, end-of-year sale. So that was very fortunate. I was very lucky to find it. But yeah, so those are my finished objects for this week. I said this was going to be quick, and then I talked for a million years. So I'll just give you guys a quick update on the baby blanket. I did not have, I don't know, I got some knitting done this week, but I didn't have like just tons and tons of time to just sit and knit and crochet. And so yeah, like I don't have like oodles of progress to show you, but I have like a decent amount of progress to show you on various things. I mean, I finished 2 pairs of socks and did some other stuff. But anyway, so here's the progress on the baby blanket. That's crocheting up nicely. This is Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. So this is Yarn Bee Sugarwheel. It's 100% acrylic. This is the Gimme Cobbler colorway, and it's lovely and soft. And I typically do not like knitting with acrylic at all. I have a whole rant about it in 2 podcast episodes ago. I really like this acrylic yarn. It's very lovely. I might knit myself, or I might crochet myself a blanket out of it. It's lovely and drapey and squishable and soft. This is all I have left of this skein. This is 1 skein. And if you know anything about crocheting, like, you know, it takes up a bunch of yarn. Yeah, so 1 cake, I guess not skein, cake. 1 cake is about 200 grams. I think it's a little over 200 grams. It might be like 240 grams. So you're getting like a skein and a half-ish of yarn. I think it might just be 200 grams, but I think it's like 240 or something. So yeah, but this is crocheting up nicely. I would like to do more work on this week, but honestly, I don't know if that's going to be possible. I guess I'll talk about that a little bit later when we're chatting. And I'm using the crochet hook I'm using for that is 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. And I will link below the tutorials I'm using for crocheting that blanket if you are curious. Another work in progress is my Pluma Shawl. And I think it is Pluma Shawl, not Plumas. I'm pretty sure. Still is not, like, the name is not on the pattern, so at least not the pages that I print off. But this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's this pretty simple lace shawl that only takes about 100 grams of yarn, possibly a little over, we'll see. Yeah, it's mostly garter stitch with this lovely little feather motif lace edging. I'm very excited about it. This is my first time doing a fingering weight lace shawl, so I wanted something that's kind of beginner friendly. This is Nanette Wake Studio yarn. Again, this is her Flax Flower colorway. It's beautiful. It always reminds me of a Monet painting, or perhaps one of Van Gogh's Iris paintings. It's just it's completely beautiful. I'm just in love with this yarn. And it is the 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. So it is so soft and squishy, especially when knit up in garter stitch. I have only ever used her yarn for making socks, so this is the first time I have knitted up in anything but a sock, and this garter stitch at a larger gauge is so squishy and soft. I think this is going to be great. I feel like I'm going to wear this a lot when it's done. Yeah, and so you can see I've made some progress. We've got this lovely like eyelet kind of middle panel spine. And then we've got the eyelet edging as well. Goes all the way across this will be the top of the shawl. But it's kind of hard to, well, actually now that it's a little bigger, it's kind of doing a little better. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be so cozy. Yeah, but I made a bit of progress on it since last week. That was where my progress keeper was last week, and I have added a full 2-3 inches, which is no small feat when my rows are so crazy long now. I think by the time that I'm done with the garter section, it's gonna be like 200 and something stitches on that row. So yeah, a row is taking me a million years at this point. So I think I would really like to get the garter section done this week. That would be great. I would love to have this done by the end of the month. So I think this is going to become more of priority knitting for the rest of the month, for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, but this is super fun knit. I recommend it. And I mostly saw it in non-variegated yarn when I was looking on Ravelry. I may not have looked very carefully though, so plenty of people have probably done this in variegated yarn. But I'm using a pretty variegated yarn. Like you can see like how lovely that's knitting up, and I think that that makes the miles of garter stitch more interesting to wear, but also a lot more interesting to knit, because I don't really mind the simple stitch work, because every stitch is a joy when I get to see a new color every stitch, and in these gorgeous cool, like it's like I feel like I'm painting I'm knitting a watercolor painting. It's just, I'm really enjoying this one. It's really great. It's beautiful, and I think it's going to be really lovely when it's done. I'm so excited. This one makes me really happy, and I feel like I'm knitting like, I don't know, I'm like a real knitter, knitting like a lace shawl. Not that you're not a real knitter if you don't knit a lace shawl. I knit for about a decade without knitting any lace, and I'd still say I'm a knitter because I knit things. So if you knit things, you're a knitter. This is the project bag that it is in. It is by Chestnut Fibers. It's a shop on not Ravelry, Etsy. We've got this cute little cat stitch marker, and I love the lining of this bag in particular. We've got a contrast lining for the pocket. I love this bag. It's just a super well-made bag that I need to clean because it got stuff on it the other day, and I forgot about that until just now. So Pluma Shawl is going well. I should probably put the pattern back into the project bag. This is going real quick today. So efficient. Next project bag is by Anomalous Mind, also an Etsy seller. I love this bag. It is my winter bag. I also have the large version of this bag. I just think that's charming AF. These little wintry sheep. Ugh, I love them. It's just a white lining. Nothing special on the inside. It's the outside that's the special part. These socks. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I did a thing. I will also post this on Instagram. So if you want to see pictures of this before I started knitting it up, I do have pictures I'm posting on Instagram today. So I got a monthly club box. This is a monthly You can do it by month, so you don't have to like buy a membership, and it doesn't charge you automatically. It's an Etsy seller named Gem State Yarn. Gem State Yarn. I should probably tell you the correct information, right? I will have it in the description below. It says Gem State Yarn and Notions, but it's Gem State Yarn store. So yeah, Gem State Yarn. Yes, so Gem State Yarn has a monthly club that you can do, and for February it was like Valentine's colors, and it kind of gives you a little bit of the idea, or a little bit of an idea about what kinds of colors are included. So it tells you like the theme for that month, but then it gives you like a little hint of like, this will have colors such as, or whatever. So it's not like you just have to guess. You kind of have a little bit of an idea. So like if you hate orange and like it's citrus is the theme, and it'll probably say like featuring vibrant shades of nectarine or whatever. Like, you know, I don't want that one. I don't like orange. So anyway, I like the way that they do the little descriptions. It keeps it a surprise, but it takes a little mystery out so that you're still making an informed decision. I got the February one, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited. First, I'm gonna show you the notions that came with it because it's just so sweet. I thought about saving this to show you guys like the whole little like box today, but I couldn't. I had to cast it on immediately. I cast it on within 30 minutes of opening it. It was immediate. But look how cute. Look how cute. So we've got the Gem State Yarn and Notions. I got the sport weight. That's another cool thing about this box is you can choose the weight of yarn. So it goes from fingering to bulky, I think. Yeah, fingering to bulky. So it's got worsted, sport, fingering, bulky, DK. I think that those are the 5. I think it's 5 options. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I got sport. Most of the time I don't see those like weight options in there. So I kind of like that. And you can switch it up month to month if, you know, I'm kind of thinking about doing like a DK 1 month. Yeah, to be able to do, I don't know, like a cowl or something. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Look at these cute stitch markers. So we've got, let me see if I can show them to you. So we've got this, obviously this giant rose one, which I've already used. And we've got one that says, I think, lovely. We've got this little heart. We have this other like rose. How cute are these? Oh my goodness. So cute. Yeah. So these are the little notions that it came with. It also came with a box like this. It was this size, and this shape, it was a heart shape of little Valentine's chocolate candies. And it also had a cherry ring pop and some hot sauce, like Valentine's-y hot sauce, which was kind of cute and different. Yeah, so I gave all the edibles to my husband because I have food allergies. So he got all of the edibles. I got all the yarn and the notions. Let me see if I can show you guys all of the yarn at once. It's so fun. It's 10 gram minis, and there are 10 of them. So you get 100 grams. I don't think I can do it. I think things are gonna start falling. You can kind of see. Isn't that fun? I think it's so cute. Okay, so let's see. I'll show them one at a time. So we've got this beautiful, like purplish burgundy. So pretty. I'll put them over here so that I don't drop them. We have this lovely kind of solid, almost a semi-solid, like lovely blush pink. It's almost like a ballerina pink. Well, not quite, not quite. I would say maybe it's just more of a blush pink. So beautiful. We have several. I'm going to show you these three at the same time because they're so similar. I think it's hard to tell how they're different unless you see them all like side by side. We've got these three very variegated little minis. See if I can hold these in a way that makes sense and that won't drop them. So this one has more burgundy. This one is a pretty even burgundy, reddish pink and white. And then this one is mostly white with purple and like the burgundy purple and then the pinkish red. So yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. And then on this first one too, like the whitish, the creamish whitish has like these pretty little golden speckles. Yeah, so these are very similar, but they do knit up differently, which we'll see in a moment. We have this lovely pinkish red that has little like, I don't know if it shows up great on camera, but it does have that burgundy, that purple burgundy kind of speckled throughout it. So it does have little bits of that come up when you knit it up, which is fun. It's a really beautiful red. I actually originally wasn't going to use it for these socks, but you'll see that I did end up putting it in them. I love this color. I love this color. This is like a blush pink. This is like a almost slightly lavender pink. It just has like the slightest tinge of a lavender purple like over the blush pink. It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I want a sweater in this color. Love this one. So pretty. This one was super fun. I'm a really big fan of speckles. And this one is like that creamy white with like hot pink and like deep purple speckles. Yeah, that one's really fun. It's got some good speckling in it, I think. But it's lightly speckled, but the speckles are so, I don't know, the colors are so vibrant. And then I love this one too. This is that blush pink from before, but it is with that creamy white, and then you've got the gold. Can you kind of see? Yeah, the gold speckled in the white, and then every once in a while you've got like a hot pink speckle. How lovely is that? And then I didn't use this in the socks. I'm holding on to it to use it for something else because I really love it. I might not end up using this for socks at all, maybe, but who knows? We'll see. This is a great one. This is the creamy white with the gold speckles, and I just love that. I feel like that is not wanting to focus on the yarn today. It is only wanting to focus on me. Yeah, that's just beautiful. I love that. And it does have a little bit of teeny tiny pink speckles as well. I love this. This is great. It's just beautiful. Okay, so I just played with this mini skeins and did, I guess, scrappy socks. I'm gonna show you my sock. Oh, I should put on a sock blocker. That'd be better. Goodbye, sock. Hello, new sock. I actually knit this slightly too big because in my exuberance, I wasn't thinking about sport weight yarn versus fingering weight yarn. So it's slightly big, but that's okay. It'll be house socks. Look how fun that is. Oh my goodness. So much fun. I love these socks, and it's sport weight, so they knit up faster. you know, it still took me a minute, but, you know, it took, you know, day and a half. I knit on them for quite a while yesterday because we were hanging out with friends for Valentine's Day, / the Super Bowl, but we didn't watch the Super Bowl. It was more sitting around and knitting and chatting and doing stuff with our babies. So yeah, it was actually my friend who I taught how to knit, and her mom was there too. And if you're watching this, hi. And yeah, it was super fun. I got to see some hats and a scarf and a baby blanket that they have been knitting. So that's really, really fun. So I really enjoyed getting to sit and chat with them and knit yesterday. That was awesome. I don't really get to see them very often. And I certainly don't get to see them and knit with them very often at all, like every few months. So that was really great. Yeah, it was like a special treat. Yeah, I love these socks. So you can see how this is like a purplish pink when it knits up. It's just beautiful. I really like this side a lot too. Well, I like both sides. Yeah, it's just, it is awesome. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna get this again. This was really fun. I might not get March just because March is Spice Market, which sounds awesome. And, you know, I'm tempted to, and I might still get March's box because that just sounds, I'm gonna stop bouncing it in case that like bothers anyone. I might get March's box because Spice Market just sounds lovely. So like a lot of vibrant earthy kind of colors and maybe jewel tones. That's what it makes me think of. But yeah, I've got so much yarn coming tomorrow from Knit Picks. I might not get more sock yarn. But yeah, it's 100% superwash merino for the sport. I'm a really big fan. I'm a really big fan. So next podcast, you'll probably see my pair of socks. I just have the one to show you today. I have not cast on number 2, but these are really fun. And these are just the coziest, prettiest house socks. And these just made me feel so Valentine's-y. And I also love like how the speckled, oh my, like it's just, this is great. I don't know the name of the person behind Gem State Yarns, but they are a clever yarn dyer. These are beautiful. These are really beautiful. Yeah, I knit up my sport weight socks. I cast on 56 stitches, so it's the size small vanilla pattern. And I do decrease for the ankle for those. I decrease by 2 to 4 stitches. And then I do the normal decreasing on like the arch of the foot, and I decrease down to when I'm starting to get close to the toe-ish, like towards the end of my foot, I have decreased down to 52 stitches. So I knit them a little smaller because it's sport weight, and I'm knitting them on US 1.5 DPNs. So yes, I'm just so excited about those. So that's my work in progress, my last work in progress to show you guys. Yeah, so let's move on to acquisitions, shall we? So these were Christmas presents. Actually, I'll show you this acquisition first. So this is my making journal, and I showed it to you guys last week. So if we saw it last week, can you see what is different? See my cute stickers? I got these very cute yarny stickers off of Etsy. I will put the name, I'll link it down below, or I won't link it, but I'll put the information in the description below. I don't link things. It feels like a lot. So I put the information for you guys, and you're internet savvy, you can find it. Anyway, I just thought that was so cute, the little floral basket with yarn, and then she threw in this little like yarn ball as well. And I just think that that's so cute on my journal. I might add a couple other floral-ish yarny stickers as well. But yeah, I felt like it kind of made my journal more of like a true making, crafting kind of journal with those on it. So I wanted to show you guys because it makes me happy. And I'm kind of thinking about getting some more kind of yarny, crafty stickers to put just on the pages inside as I go, just to kind of make it more fun. You'll notice if we're friends on Ravelry, or if you look me up on the Ravelry, you'll notice that my project page is not great. And I don't have my stash on there. I'm not a very technological person. I have a YouTube channel, and that's about the extent of my technological savvy, my adventurings. I don't really like it. I like writing things down on paper with a pen. I like that more. It makes more sense to my brain. I can keep track of it better. When I have a quick thought, I can just reach over and jot it down on the page. I like that this will stick around for forever, and you know, my future generations in my family could potentially like find this journal, read it, get something out of it. I don't know. So yeah, I track all my stuff in my journal, which is a lot more fun for me and keeps my brain more organized than trying to do it on Ravelry. I'm sorry if you guys like to try to look that stuff up on Ravelry. I don't have tons for you. So I'll just really quickly show you guys Christmas presents. These are the last of the Christmas presents to show you. Oh, I have another work in progress. I'll grab that in a second. It's not knitting related, so I'll just show you guys real quick. But this is Shalimar yarns, Midnight and Mendoza. It's a DK. It says Midnight. Oh, okay, so Midnight and Mendoza is the colorway, I'm pretty sure. 100 grams, the Breathless DK. There's Shalimar yarns. Yeah, and it's really, really pretty burgundy. They only had one of these, so I just have one. It's very soft and lovely. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but we have that. And then all of these yarns, again, my mom got me for Christmas. I talked about this a bit in a previous episode, where her local yarn shop is no longer in business. They had a gigantic closing sale where they were just trying to get rid of their stock. And so things were on like mega sale. So she got me a whole lot of like nice yarn. And it's very sad that that yarn shop is no longer in business. I think that they are in business somewhere else. I think they were like moving out of state or something. So they were trying to get rid of almost all of their stock just so that they could set up somewhere new. And I think they were downsizing too for like the new place they were setting up. So I don't think they are completely non-existent, but I think that they do not exist in the same way. And they're not in the same location. So my mom doesn't have a local yarn shop anymore, and she got a whole bunch of yarn on crazy sale for me for Christmas. So this is Malabrico Indiacita, Dos Tierras. And I can't remember. I think Dos Tierras is the type of yarn. Is it like a, I don't think it's DK. I think it's like worsted. No, it's DK. It's 210 yards in 100 grams. So that's a DK. It says 50% merino wool, 50% baby alpaca. Yeah, in the Indiacita colorway. So yeah, so beautiful, very much my colors, blues, greens, watercolor fade kind of deal. And I've got 3 skeins of this. So this is going to be part of a sweater, and I think I've already got a pattern in mind for it that has leafy color work. It's got like leafy vines. So I think that the body of the sweater is going to be the variegated Malabrico, and the color work, the leafy vines, I think that that is going to be like a solid kind of color, or, you know, like a tonal. Potentially this one. So this is Malabrico Rios. Yeah, Malabrico Rios. And so yeah, it's 210 yards and 100 grams. So this is also a DK. This is whole grain. Yeah, the colorway is whole grain. And I've got 2 of these. So I've got a sweater's quantity right there with these two, and then these 3. I've already got enough to make a colorwork sweater, which I am pretty sure I'm gonna do, because I don't think that's bad at all. I think that's kind of nice, especially if this is like the main. Well, yeah, I think that's nice. So we're gonna see what these grow up to be, but that's kind of my plan for them right now. I've got 3 of these, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do with these. This is the Malabrico Twist. It's 150 yards in 100 grams. So this is this be Aran, would be worsted. I feel like this is more of an Aran weight. I think. When we get up in the weights, I'm not always positive exactly like what's the cutoff for Aran, worsted, bulky, chunky, that kind of stuff. This is 100% pure baby merino wool, which is lovely, and it feels very like, I don't know, woolly, but in a soft baby kind of way. And this is the zinc colorway, 613 zinc, and it's very lightly variegated. It's variegated, maybe not lightly, but it's variegated between like a pale lavender, like a medium, and it's like a grayish lavender. It's a lavender gray, from like a pale to like a medium, and then it's got like that lavender gray, but with like a taupey brownish kind of. I don't know how well that shows up in on camera, because it's pretty subtle. So I would say it's a subtle variegation, because it is a little subtle to look at. I think it'll knit up great. So I've got 3 of these. I think they're going to be made into a sweater, but you know, I need something to go with them, because that's not enough yarn to make me a sweater. I've got 2 of these. It's also Malabrico. Can you see that I am partial to Malabrico yarns. This is also Rios. This is Wales Road, which I think is a pretty popular colorway. It's 247 Wales Road. Yeah, 210 yards and 100 grams. This is DK. Yeah, and it's just gorgeous. Oh my goodness, gorgeous. This I don't think shows up well on camera at all, because you can't see the way the light reflects off of the yarn. It's almost iridescent. Yeah, like this color right here, I have to, yeah, you can kind of see like when the light hits it. Yeah, there you go. And it's kind of like that all throughout. Like the color changes depending on the angle of the light. This is gorgeous. I've got 2 of these. It's really soft and squishy, like Malabrico often is. Yeah, it's 100% superwash merino wool. It's just gorgeous. It's these deep, 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 deep purples, plummy deep purples, with like the iridescent, like bright blues, almost like a bright teal, like over it. Yeah, it's like it's bright teal. It's green blue. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. There is a sweater project that I have in mind right now that I might use one of these for. It's like a gray. It's gray with shades of purple, and I've already got all the yarn for it with this. So that might become something that might become something. We'll see. That's a project idea I have been percolating on for many months, so we'll see. But kind of want to maximize my use of that yarn because it's beautiful. So we'll see. And then the last one is just really fun. I would normally not go for this, but my mom convinced me. It's Dos Tierras DK, 50% merino wool, 50% baby alpaca. This is 100 single lot. So I don't know if this is like a unique kind of colorway or if 100 single lot is just a colorway, but it's just basically a rainbow. And I've got 2 of these. Yeah, I've got 2 of these. Kind of thinking pairing this with gray and making a really fun sweater. Maybe like color work. I think it'd be really fun to find something that has quite a bit of color work and have like the main sweater be like a tonal gray and then have all of the color work be like rainbow color work. I think that'd be really fun. I've also got some, I think, Millefiore in like a rainbow as well. Like I think it's Barocco Millefiore. And I kind of had a similar idea with that, like doing something gray with like rainbow color work. So I don't really know exactly. This will be something really, really fun and beautiful. I don't know exactly yet though what it will be. But for now, I'll just take it out and look at it and revel in its beauty because this is beautiful yarn. So yeah, those are my acquisitions for this week. I had my yarn club to show you guys and my Christmas presents. So I also got another set of DPNs, the Knit Picks Mosaic. I'll just go ahead and grab it and show you because I also realized I didn't grab my other work in progress to show you guys because I forgot. Yeah, the yarn shop threw in a couple of like little like soak samples for me. I've never used this before, so I'm excited to try this out. I'm thinking maybe for my Pluma Shawl, that'd be fun. And then I also got these 8-inch mosaic wood DPNs from Knit Picks in the larger sizes because I do have DPNs in this size, but they're really cheap metal ones from Amazon, like really cheap. Like I think it was like it was like $8. It's like $8 or $10 for like a set of 20, like 20 pair, like sets or something crazy like that. Maybe 15. It was a lot of DPNs for very cheap. And well, maybe it was 8 or 10. It was like $10-ish. Anyway, they work perfectly fine, but they smell very metallic, like very, very metallic. And then they make my hands smell very metallic. Like there's no kind of coating on them, I guess. And maybe that's why they are so insanely metallic. And then the sound they make on each other is kind of unpleasant. It's not like the little gentle clinking of like my Hygge Sharps or like, no, it makes kind of like a abrasive sort of metal screeching. Anyway, they're not super pleasant. So I got these. They work when I need something, but I needed something quickly to do some sleeves for a cardigan, but these will be much more pleasant, I think. And then I love the mosaic ones. But I like wood DPNs. It makes me feel safer about stitches not dropping off. And then also, I think it's easier on my hands. My hands are prone to hurting. So I think that makes it easier too. So this last work in progress, which I actually think I'm going to redo something on it today. Actually, I'm going to redo a couple things on it. So I mentioned that I was making armbands for a dance performance. If you don't care about non-knitting things, you can fast forward for the next minute or two. But I have a dance performance coming up this week on Friday. And yeah, I have a gorgeous costume for it, but I needed a couple accessories and I needed to adjust the belt of my bedla. So I'm doing that. So my accessories are just, I'm making armbands because I didn't really need a whole lot because the costume is quite sparkly and fabulous. So these are the beginnings of my armbands. If you'll remember, I had a swimsuit bottom that I have now cut up and I'm making it into armbands and an extension for the belt. I know the stitches, I'm hand stitching because sewing machines terrify me. I do have a sewing machine, but I've never used it. That is a goal that I have for myself though this year, is to use my sewing machine, because I have another costume that I am making myself, the whole costume, and I want to do more of that kind of thing because, yeah, custom made costumes are very expensive. And anyway, so that's a whole other thing. But yeah, so I just I got an applique off of Amazon, and I also cut it up. And then I got some rhinestones. Yeah, and I need to like redo some of the seaming on this because it's not, the little snaps are not working great. They don't want to stay closed on my arm, especially while I move, while my bicep is like flexing and things, like it unsnaps the snaps. So I think I'm just gonna have to like seam it and just kind of pull it on and hope it stays. There are some tricks to keep armbands on if they don't want to stay on. But yeah, I just thought I'd share my progress with you guys on that. This is what I've got so far for this guy. I think I've got a system worked out, so I'm gonna make its friend today. And I'm gonna add more rhinestones to this because it's not sparkly enough yet. So this is gonna get more rhinestones added to the whole thing. Yeah, these blue rhinestones, and I have some like AB crystal ones that are like clear. It's like rainbow AB. I mean like these. Those are AB crystals. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Not bad for recycling, you know, an old swimsuit bottom. And you know, from stage, nobody's gonna be able to tell that this is like hand seamed. They're just gonna notice, oh, blue and gold sparkles. I don't think there's a lot of audience participation because, you know, COVID. So there are usually some kids or something that want to like dance with us especially if we've got like props and stuff, like any kind of silk veils or things. Kids love that and they like to dance with us, which is great. So yeah, it'll just be different for a while because of COVID. But one thing I thought of is, since this is a stretchy fabric and it's made to be stretchy and to fit like on part of your body and not come off, I made a mistake in that I started gluing the rhinestones on with this laying flat. What I should have done is I should have had this stretched out over something and glued them on that way. So that way, when this is stretched on me, these rhinestones aren't gonna like pop off. So I might have to take these off, stretch this out, which is fine. It's not a big deal because I have to glue a whole bunch more rhinestones on anyway. Just need to find something to put this on. I think I've got a candle that's a little bit wider than the circumference of my arm. I'm looking at it. So what I might do is I might shunk it on that candle. Yeah, but anyway, that's coming along nicely. So I'll make its little friend, and then I'm gonna make an extension for the back of my belt because I need about that much more on the belt. I need about 3 inches because hips. So yeah, that's exciting and fun, and I'm very looking forward to performing on Friday. I haven't performed in a couple months actually because of an injury, my back injury, and then yeah, holidays. We don't really get booked for a whole bunch of things during the holidays, but the season is coming back where there are going to be lots of parties, like retirement parties, birthday parties, corporate events. We get hired for corporate events a lot. Yeah, festivals, all kinds of things really. We get hired for all kinds of stuff, so it's really fun. Wedding, and yeah, and I'm dancing in a wedding a few months. I'm really looking forward to that. Weddings are beautiful. So it's a lot more formal, but still very fun. And yeah, I love that. And I celebrate love. So, and commitment and honor and duty and all those good things. Everything artists love. So yeah, anyway, yarn and knitting is definitely one of my loves. I have a knitting channel. I knit all the time. Dance is my other love. I've actually thought about starting maybe a dance channel, but I don't know. I don't know about that yet. We'll see. Maybe at some point. Mostly I keep my dancing separate from everything else, just because it feels so like personal. But I don't know. I might share it more with the world. Okay, so those are the works in progress. I really don't have an adjacent to the needles thing to show you because I am just going to be so busy this week. Yeah, it's a busy week with getting ready for the show, and I've got work to do for work and school, and I've really got housework that I really want to do. So I'm just not going to get tons of crafting time, and I'm going to be working on the costume stuff. So I think that I'm just going to focus on my other Valentine's sock and my Pluma Shawl and crocheting the baby blanket. I might not cast on anything new this week. If I do, it'll probably be from the Knit Picks order that's coming in tomorrow. So I think I'm going to be doing a video for that tomorrow. It's like a little bit of a Knit Picks yarn haul video. So yes. We've got the Hygge Make-Along, just real quick, got the Hygge Make-Along going on. So if you haven't joined us for that, there's time. The Make-Along goes on till March 20th. So please feel free to jump in and join us. We've got some finished objects that I'm going to be sharing pretty soon. I think I'm going to do a separate video where I show finished objects and kind of like what people are working on, what I'm working on, just kind of updates on how the winter is going and how I'm practicing Hygge, and just fun updates from the Hygge Make-Along. So yeah, feel free to join us for that. There's an information video on the channel if you want to check that out. It's a very chill make-along. There are not very many rules at all. And we do have a Ravelry. There's a thread in the Ravelry group for the make-along. So you don't have to be on Ravelry either. You can just email me your finished object if you want, and you can comment and chat on the Hygge Make-Along videos to kind of participate. So yes, please join us for that. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying everybody's projects and chatting with people about it. Other thing to mention is the video knit night. So I asked you guys last week what you would think about doing like a knit night together on like Zoom, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about that. So thank you guys for being interested in that. I really want to do it, so let's knit together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plan next week for doing Zoom at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. That's February 22nd. I'll put this in the description too, so that you don't have to like memorize it in a panic. But I think that is the 22nd. Yeah. So Tuesday, February 22nd, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I figure 8 p.m. is not so late that people, in Eastern time can't do it. But it's not like so early that people are still like at work and stuff, further west. So that kind of was what I was thinking with that. I hope that works out. If it doesn't, we can play with around different times as we go. But if you want to join me to just have like an hour or two of knitting and chatting together and hanging out on Zoom, then please send me your email. You can message me, you can send it to me on Instagram, on Ravelry, or you can just private message me in some way, whether that's email or direct message. I don't know if you can direct message on on YouTube. But you can email me, you can message me on Instagram, you can message me on Ravelry. And I can just send you the Zoom link that way. If you want to provide me with your email, I can email you the Zoom link, or I can just give it to you in a message on Instagram, Ravelry, or if you email me. But yeah, I don't want to just post this Zoom link out into the internet, like just on YouTube, just generally. So if you can message me directly, then I can send you the Zoom link. And you can join us for knit night. So yeah, I was thought about doing Discord, but I am less familiar with Discord. So if anybody if anybody feels really comfortable with Discord, and maybe, well, my husband could educate me on Discord. So if people are really passionate about using Discord, if you feel a lot more comfortable doing that and you really don't want to do Zoom, then we can look into Discord as an option. But for the moment, I'm just going to go with Zoom because I am really familiar with that platform. I think that'd be easy to do. So next Tuesday, so about a week from now, 8 p.m. Eastern time, so February 22nd, I'll send you the Zoom link if you give me a message, and we can all knit together. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Yes, let's do that. And I think that is all that I have for you guys for this week. Yeah, I don't know if I'm podcasting next week because of, being so busy this week. I don't really know if I'll have a whole lot to show you guys next week. But hopefully I will be able to podcast or do something next week. There will be a couple videos this week with the yarn haul from Knit Picks, and then with this is my first Knit Picks order I've ever placed. So I'm very excited about yarn hauling from them. They had a Valentine's Day sale, so I'll have that. I do still have on my mind doing a meditation video for the Hygge Make-Along. I'm so sorry that I have not been better about getting more videos out to you guys for that. I don't know if that's typical. Like, I haven't really I've seen for most make-alongs, like, they're not doing like special videos for it a whole lot, I guess. So maybe this isn't weird or bad that I haven't been able to find the time to do tons of videos for you guys for it. But I wanted to, and I'm still wanting to, and we've still got a month. So yeah, like, I'm wanting to put out, at least a couple videos for the Hygge Make-Along around like kind of winter self-care and hygge and stuff. So yes, I will do that. I'm sorry that I haven't been super consistent about that so far. But I've been having a lot of fun knitting with all of you guys and making. I've been crocheting. So I've been having fun making with you guys for the knit along. So anyway, I'll go ahead and end it now because I have to get on to my next task. I've got work that I have to do for the rest of the afternoon and evening. So I will get to that now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun, like I always do. This took a lot longer than I thought that it would because I just talk a lot. So thanks for sticking around and hanging out with me today. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, and I hope that you have a lovely week full of crafting adventures. Yes, thank you. Bye.